So for this section of the mental health portion of the video, I'll go over a puzzle game called Boggle that uses the common knowledge of words and the ability to find patterns to spot words and root words. This game can be played with a timer, or if you have the desire to exercise your mind on your own, you can play without a timer and find as many letters and word combinations as possible. So this is Boggle. As you can see, it comes in a box, and originally you're supposed to shake the letters, and these cubes inside of it move around, and then when you get all the cubes to settle in their regular position, you try to find as many words as possible. So there's many ways you can go about it, like grave. You can go that way, or you can go G-R-A... Oh, wait, my bad. G-R-A-V-E or G-R-A-E-V. That way. You cannot use the same letter twice in a row, such as just looping around or going back and forth. But what you can do is you can go straight across, diagonally, do what I did, just kind of a zigzag around, and find as many words as possible. So there's grave, of course, then gravy, he, the letter A all by itself. No. And then there's we, and then there's multiple letter combinations. So it's just a really fun game if you're just doing it by yourself to just challenge your mind, or if you're doing a time challenge. Or you could even play it with your friends and just see who gets the most letters. Television can sometimes be educational, like Mythbusters, for example. While they also do explode stuff and whatnot, they also make science fun and teach people about science at the same time. For example,
the sea could be downright dangerous, so a word of advice.
Leave the myth-busting to us.
On this episode of Mythbusters.
With good reason, we've spent 10 years telling you to not try this at home. But in this episode, we've compiled a bunch of things that we think you might be able to try at home.
Like this.
Well, not exactly.
You want one, man?
yeah, I'll take one. Well, just let me get on my matches here for a second. There we go. Another way of being physically healthy is eating vegetables and or fruits, or just eating right in general, like so. This is overkill. This isn't nearly enough. Fantastic! I don't have a can opener. This works though. So what we have here is Belgarth, which is a Renaissance fair group that practices stuff like sword fighting, shooting bows, using spears, shields, etc. And these are just made from items like PVC piping and foam. But the point I'm trying to make here is that this is actually a part of our culture, since not only is this done in Twin Falls, but these groups can be found in many different places of the world. And this is also important to our culture because, of course, back in medieval times, this was just everyday warfare. And this is part of our culture.
So, my good sir, would you agree that today's modern social networking is just a bit stupid?
Tis, I agree, it is very stupid. What? Tis, I think that it needs more indulgement in it.
Yes, it does need more grace. People just, nowadays, just making pictures of looking stupid in class and just emailing it to their friend and just LOL, etc., etc. Now, we modern gentlemen, hailing from England, as obviously, as you may see, like to speak socially to one another.
Yes, tis, I agree.
So, as I understand it, you have also gone to see the new Godzilla movie.
Oh yes, my friend, it was really good. Lots of action. It just seems as a plot twist for Mothra to come out and attack the city.
And as I also understand it, there were 2 Mothras of different specified genders.
Yes, there was a male Mothra that could fly. There was a very much bigger Mothra that could not fly, but it delivered eggs, and they were all going to hatch. But the hero of the story came in and destroyed the eggs and destroyed the Mothra.
Sounds very satisfying. But it seems like the movie circled more around Mothra. Could you tell us more about Godzilla?
Godzilla, it's just, we don't know where, it's just, he popped in like, voila, here I am. And just like all this radioactivity, I think I decided I want to wake up right now. It's just not, it's gonna need more plot build up. What do you think of it?
Well, from my perspective, it was okay. It was decent. There was not really that much character development as I would have preferred there to be, and there was an overdose on the explosions segment of the movie, unfortunately. But, you know, there has to be an explosion here and there, just not to do it. That is the thing to keep in mind. So there you have it, Godzilla in a nutshell. So another part of culture is, of course, today's classic modern electronics, but specifically video games. And let's just give you an example of one of the many video games out there. So Sudoku is a logic puzzle game that you can play, and basically you just have to fill all these all 9 boxes with each a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, but the same number cannot be in the same row or in the same box, with the acceptance that the numbers are going diagonally. But basically, for just a brief demonstration on how to get starting on solving a Sudoku puzzle, is you just eliminate all possibilities of where a number might or might not be. Since there's a 4 here, we know that a 4 can't be on this row. Since there's a 4 here, the 4 cannot be on this row, and since there's a 4 here, it cannot be on this row. So that leaves the only area for the 4 to be in this box on this row. Well, you're nearly to the end of my 10-minute video on all 4 areas of health. I realized that it was a little bit difficult having to put up with the unforeseen complications that had to be dealt with, but thank you for putting up with them. And as a disclaimer for the cigarette skit, where I lit the box on fire and dropped it to the ground,
those were not real cigarettes. All I did was just cut up some paper scraps and folded it into a box and then folded it up into some paper cylinders as cigarettes. But as to not introduce any chemicals into our bodies. But anyway, yes, this is the end of my 10-minute video, so thanks for your patience.